Okay, we have Sridhar Vembu, the founder and CEO of Zoho, who was recently conferred with a Padma Shri, joining us on ET now. Sridhar, thank you very much for joining us from your village at Tenkasi in Tamil Nadu. A deluge of congratulations pouring in from various entrepreneurs, investors who've been inspired by this. Congratulations from us as well. The list of awardees this year was very interesting. It had everyone from doctors to entrepreneurs to people who really touched lives and livelihoods. If you have to pick one person from that list who you would like to spend time with or who you are inspired by, who would that be?
Yeah, I actually know the person, and his name is Ayikudi Ramakrishnan, Mr. Ramakrishnan, and his story is incredibly inspiring. He actually runs a school for kids with special needs, particularly autism, all of that, here in a village nearby, not very far from here. And I'm incredibly inspired by his story. I've actually visited him before. And in fact, in so many ways, he's so much more deserving than I am, because I'll explain. I'm thankful for the award, but I also say that I've been awarded by our country, our people in so many ways that I feel shy about receiving yet another award. But a person like him is selflessly struggling to make lives better on the ground, and he's the one much more deserving than I am. So I'm inspired by him.
Right. Sridhar, if I look at your perspective of entrepreneurship, if I take a company like Amazon, they are known for their customer obsession. But the way you see it, it's a mix of customer and business and society, be it, Zoho University or even where Zoho facilities are located. So has there been pushback from others saying that, this could be a distraction? Or is it easier for you because this is ultimately bootstrapped, so the buck stops with you?
Yeah, I will respond this way. I mean, business is part of our life. I mean, business cannot be separated from the rest of your life. I mean, the dualism itself is a problem. So I want to conduct my life in the way that is consistent with my own passions and values. And that very much involves rural development in India, extending an opportunity to people who don't have an opportunity. All of that is important to me personally. And if I separate that concern from the business, then I create this dualism. And this is actually a very common thing in the West, where you compartmentalize life where you have your business and you have your charity, all that separately. And I actually don't believe in this. And this is a holistic perspective that is, that comes from our own spiritual and civilizational heritage, to think holistically about this. So the way I conduct our business has to be consistent with what I actually believe. And so that is why all these are important. And absolutely, in any business that does not serve customers cannot last very long. But at the same time, it is also important to have a positive impact on society, and particularly in the Indian context, solve our very problems that are very real, all too real, like rural underdevelopment, rural poverty. All of these issues are definitely part of the company's mission.
Right. And Sridhar, your heart seems to be in building capacity for India. So how do you square that with having international ambitions for Zoho?
In the same way, a company like Honda is a Japanese company and it serves customers globally. There's no contradiction. They are a very Japanese company at their soul, and they also serve customers globally. So, and we are an Indian company and we serve customers globally. There's no contradiction between the two. And the global trading system enables us to do this. And we buy, for example, in India, German products, and those are German companies with a German value system and well-made products, and we do business with them the same way an Indian company can do business in Germany as an Indian company. So I don't see a contradiction between the two.
Right. In term on the business side for 2021, what kind of moonshots are you aiming at, or the next big thing? I mean, we saw you come out with an Arate app recently, which, you know, as an alternative to WhatsApp. But what other things are you working on? What can we expect from Zoho in 2021?
Yeah. So we are definitely, this remote work is becoming a big theme in Zoho. You will see a lot more push on our audio visual tools like what we are on right now. All of these will be vastly better from Zoho, and we will actually have a serious play on this in this market. And we are doing this also to enable our own rural work, because we have now far-flung offices. We have over 15 locations already, rural locations, and we are accelerating that expansion as well. So to enable all this rural work, we actually absolutely need even better tools than we have today, and we are working on those. So you will see that as a major theme. We also have some new products launches coming, and very much this year in 2021. And so we are expanding our R&D portfolio, and we are deepening our products. The Zoho One operating system for business is deepening and broadening. All of that is happening this year.
Right. And, you know, you're working from a village in Tamil Nadu, but, you know, in cities, many people are talking about how employees are coming back to offices because it's also important to build social capital. What's the scenario with Zoho? Have employees started coming back to offices, or are they working out of homes in various parts of India, around the world? How is it panning out for you?
Yeah. It's a mix of both. We actually, all our offices in India are open now for employees to come if they want to. For almost the entirety of our staff, it's optional. With some teams that are absolutely required in the office, they come in. But other people have started coming in. And our rural centers are open and people are coming. And you mentioned work from home, and our own philosophy, what we have learned is only a minority of people actually want to work from home all the time. Most people want the social capital, as you mentioned, the social experience of an office. And even relatively small offices with 20 or 30 people can provide that experience. In fact, for many people, just simply getting out of the whole house and going someplace is important. And is also healthy for, you know, so not to put too fine a point on it, healthy for marriages and all of that, for people to go somewhere else and not be in the same thing all the time with their spouse, because that's actually an issue in Zoho as well. So we hear that from employees. So offices are important for that reason. So we are building all these offices so that people can stay close to where they are, you know, they grew up, and still work from an office environment. That is the type of architecture we are trying to provide. At the same time, some subset of people will want to work from home, and we are going to enable that too.
Like they say, familiarity breeds contempt, right?
Yes, it does. It absolutely does.
Right. Finally, Sridhar, you know, you're also very vocal about the views that you have on Twitter. It sometimes leads people to pigeonhole you into whether you have X ideology, Y ideology, who do you support. How do you really reconcile with all that criticism? You know, I mean, and is it really worth putting your views out there, because people might always confuse your ideology for business, and whatever credit you are getting for your business will be confused with your ideology. So how do you kind of reconcile all that?
Yeah, you know, I don't like to sort of do a calculus of cost benefit on these, because I'm the person, what I believe is my belief, and there is freedom of expression in our country, thankfully. So I state my views, and I actually don't pay attention to this, you know, these abusive trolls, really. That's what really, this is not a criticism. People are not giving any honest criticism here. That's always welcome, but you just have abusive trolls, and I just ignore that. That's it. And honestly, I get 100 times positive feedback, and 1% abuses. It's not a big deal at all. Who cares? So I try to emphasize the positive and not even think about the negative here.
Right. On that note, thank you very much for joining us on ET Now, and congratulations on the being conferred with the Padma Shri by the government.
Thank you, Chandra, for having me.